fresh. 85% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Seriously?
And that's an old tomato.
Did you pull that up from like 10 years ago?
No,
But still, like,
Wikipedia page.
for it to still be that good, that fresh. And for someone who hates racing movies to actually enjoy it, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Ebert named Death Race 2000 among movies that make a great tradition of summer drive-in movies. That expose a summer exploitation mentality in a clever way.
That I wouldn't argue with. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. This movie's bad, but it's one of those good bad movies where it's like you could sit around, group of guys or friends, whatever, drinking beer and watching it. But as far as being a good film, it's not. It's really bad. I mean, there's so many shots throughout the film where the cars are driving and they sped up the speed of the film, and so they're driving faster. And there's
this race takes place at 200 miles per hour, Corey.
Yeah. And it looks like it too. I mean, there are just so many bad shots and so many. It's obviously it was done on a very low budget and it shows on screen. That's why it's and that's what like I mentioned Roger Corman earlier, and he produced this, and that's what he's known for. He's known for these films that are low budget and he tries to get away with whatever he can on that low budget, and everybody knows that, so they don't really hold the film in high regards.
What would you guess the budget is? Don't look it up. What would you
I'm
guess?
gonna say okay. Is it just adjusted for inflation?
The budget?
Yeah.
No. It's
okay.
the budget.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Okay. I'll go with.
It is a legitimate question, though.
Yeah. Let's say $100K.
$50,000.
So you do realize they have to pay people,
Right? But this is 1960 or 1975 too.
the budget was $300,000,
What?
See, I wasn't that far off.
but it made $5 million.
That's insane.
That's a success.
Yeah.
That's a fucking roaring success.
Well, anytime you make more than what you spent, that's a success. So yeah, I won't argue with that. But
That in 1975 R-rated movie. Most of those.
Well, here's the thing. This movie is good. I mean, it's good because of like all the campiness adds to how good it is in a way. Yeah. It's one of those weird movies that's why it's because there's a lot of cult movies that have terrible critic review rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Everyone, if you look at all the reviews, everyone agrees this is an entertaining movie and it does what it's supposed to do. It's a death race. It's the exact meaning of its title.
The name is the movie is in the name.
Exactly. And I like that the entire movie was about the race itself. And so like I said, there's just those two spots where they stop for a few minutes but even then you get Stallone punching women, so it kind of keeps the speed up. But then the rest of the movie is just the actual race.
I just see a meme in this.
It's wacky race. The wacky races meets the Purge. That's what this movie is. That's the best way to describe it. Ding.
once again, it's commercial time. I need to think of a new intro for this. Really.
Once again, it's commercial
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Brad, why don't you hit us up with your dates? Where can your fans find you at?
All 12 of you should know where to find me. We're probably related.
10. 2 of us are here.
Yeah, there's only 10.
That's sad. This weekend, since this will be out tomorrow, you can find me Crackers Downtown, Indianapolis, Indiana, featuring 30 minutes of Brian Scott. And then the 2 days after Christmas, I will be emceeing in Broad Ripple. January 2nd and 3rd, I'll be featuring at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte, Michigan. And January 9th and 10th, I'll be at Joker's Comedy Club in Milwaukee. The 15th through the 17th, I'll be opening at Crackers Comedy Club in Broad Ripple for Steve Ranazizi from the League. And 23rd and 24th, I'll be in Wausau, Wisconsin, my good buddy Matt Holt. And you can find me on Facebook at Comedian Brad Scott. Click like. I won't pay for advertising and bombard your page. Or Twitter and Instagram at Indy Brad Scott, INDY Brad Scott.
When you open for Steve Ranzisi, are you going to hook us up with some passes?
Dude, they wouldn't give my mom a ticket.
He
He sells out almost every show, and they can charge like $20 to $30.
Is that what they're charging?
Probably. That's not bad.
Yeah, I guess not.
No, I'm telling you, the show's worth it, especially if you bring Steve Simone with him. That last year, that's one of the best shows I've ever been a part of, was me, Steve Simone, and Steve Ranzisi.
So you wouldn't know. It wouldn't. His opener isn't known until that weekend. Then.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They may have somebody booked.
I don't know how this works, so I'm just...
Yeah, well, but, I mean, it depends. If he's bringing somebody, which he probably will, even if it's not Steve Simone, he'll probably bring somebody. Guys like that generally bring their own feature act because they want somebody that they know and that they've worked with. Otherwise, the club books, and it's generally one of the better local guys that they put up.
Okay.
That way, they want somebody they can trust.
Yeah. Vic, where can people
So if
find
you want to talk to a black man that has not been shot and does not get in trouble, you can find me at Miller King 51.
But he does loot.
No
I
deny.
do riot. You can find me at Miller King 51 on Twitter and on Xbox 360. That's Black and Angry, BLAQ and Angry. Always ready to play. Always ready to facepalm somebody. Go.
We still haven't played.
No, because
I know.
You on.
I know.
And I don't think I even have you on my friend. How the fuck does that happen? Do I have you on my friend
Yeah.
list?
You should. You're on mine.
I just don't think you ever.
Yeah, because it's funny.
You probably ignore me when I send you messages. That's probably why I haven't played it yet. Because he's like, oh, it's that black guy.
It's that
again.
black guy. He's
Crap.
and
It's in
he's
his name.
angry.
Can't talk to him.
And he's angry. No, well, anytime now we're using it for Netflix more than anything else, which is really sad. But it's funny because it'll pop up at the bottom, Black and Angry. It's online, and my wife, who is that? That's Vic. Oh, okay.
As a friend of mine, his name is Amish Mafia.
What? Amish Mafia?
Mafia, yeah.
Here's a friend I have a friend on my PlayStation account. I used to play NBA 2K with. There's like a group of like 4 or 5 of us that would play, and his PlayStation name was D Block. And one time he was gone. He wasn't on there for like a few weeks. Like, what the hell happened to D Block? And then he was on again, and we went to hit him up to play. When he got into like a little chat room, we're like, "Hey, D Block, where you been?" He's like, "Oh, this is his brother. He went to jail."
Ironically, he's in D Block.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Hit him up.
He might be back for 2K17, maybe 2K16 with good behavior.
All right, and for me, you can find me at NKO Gonzo on Instagram, Twitter, and what else? Oh, Letterboxd. You can also find the Showdown on Twitter as well at
Showdown.
At the Showdown Pod. Please follow us. We would appreciate it. We're up to
3 cunts on the cunt count.
we're up. No, I'm not talking about that right now.
Oh.
Well, no, we're up to 2 for the episode, I think.
You know what? I may not listen to the show after it's recorded, but at least I listen while we record.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. You're still not listening. You're the one that just wasn't listening to him. And then I make a joke about people not listening.
There's no point behind it. That's why I'm
those
still
guys.
ignoring him.
It just came out of nowhere.
I don't want to make you black and angry.
It's already established.
But yeah, you can find us on. Oh, you can also find us on Facebook too. At what is it? Just the Showdown,
Showdown
Podcast. Yeah, just search for that. You'll find us.
I made it easy.
Yes,
Click like.
just click like, and then we just want the like.
So goddamn desperate.
I
We
am.
need more than Aunt Ethel.
What happened to we're gonna treat our fans like shit so that they like us more and want us more, and we're gonna be that kind of show.
I forgot.
Yeah.
You know-
Does that really work?
Seems to be.
The more you
I
treat chicks like shit, the more they want you, right?
Why? Look at Daniel Tosh's Twitter feed.
That's true. That's true.
People kind of like that.
Yeah.
How can we be more dickish?
Well, first we have to
First, we have to have a Comedy Central show.
No. Teach us.
First thing we need is actual followers and listeners.
Nice.
That'll be a good start. If we actually get people to listen to this, then we can start treating those people like shit.
That's why we need Corey right now.
Well, we don't need him begging.
Yeah, and I told myself, too, that I wasn't going to do it. I was going to be like, okay, yeah, if you want to do it, you
We'll
can.
call him TLC.
I told myself I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to cry.
I wasn't going to, but I just couldn't help myself.
Follow us for the love of God. Please, I'm worried Corey's going to start cutting himself. If you don't follow us on Twitter.
Okay, back to the show. I'm not cutting myself. And we're back. Jesus. And as soon as we start, the phone rings. All right, Death Race. The Normal Death Race is my film, starring Jason Statham. This is set in a bit of the future. It's not a dystopian future like Death Race 2000, but it's just an industrial world. Jason Statham plays Jensen Ames, who is forced by the warden of a notorious prison to compete in a post-industrial world's most popular sport, a car race in which inmates must brutalize and kill one another in the road to victory. Now, Statham is actually in jail because he is framed for murdering his wife, which he later finds out it's one of the other inmates who was brought in because Frankenstein, yes, this is basically a recreation of the original film, died in the previous race, which you see happen at the very beginning of the film. They start this movie out with the race, with this brutality, and you know just from the opening scene that shit's about to happen. This film's going to be full of action and craziness, really. What it did is it took the original Death Race 2000 and just pumped a whole bunch of steroids into it. I mean, you've got cars that are similar. Even Frankenstein's car is real similar to what Machine Gun Joe's car was in the original Death Race with the guns on it. But these actually worked, unlike Sylvester Stallone's the guns on his car.
Which, real quick, when you're talking about I knew he was, because I never seen or heard about this version of the movie before I watched it at like 1 o'clock. And I knew he was going to be framed for his wife's murder as soon as she hugged him and said, "You're a good man." I was like, this bitch is going to die, and they're going to think he did it.
Whenever someone says that shit in a movie, you're like, you're screwed.
Yeah, he's the hard-working guy who just got laid off.
Just want to do right by his family.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's that
always
fucking boring character again.
Well, like I said, Frankenstein dies in the beginning. So because Frankenstein wears a mask, she can easily... Joan Allen, I'm referring to as a she. She is the warden.
And her name in the movie?
Her name in the movie is...
Vic's favorite drink?
Hennessy.
Why's it got to be Vic's favorite drink? Because the black man liked Hennessy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
All early's 2000 rap would point to yes.
This is true.
So because he wears a mask and nobody knows who he is, she can easily replace him with different racers. Now, the thing is, if the racer wins 5 races in a row, he gets to go free.
I thought it was just 5 races. Yeah, because what's his name?
Oh, yeah, that's true. It is 5.
Gay Tyrese is Gay Reese.
Yeah, Gay Reese.
You mean Machine Gun Joe?
Has won 3, and he's trying to win 2 more. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be 5 consecutive.
Yeah.
It just has to be 5.
Once they win 5. And now Frankenstein's won 4. So she knows that she's got to replace Frankenstein because that's the big thing. That's the big thing with the fans. What I haven't gotten to was that this is broadcast on pay-per-view. So this prison is making tons and tons of money on pay-per-view buys.
The pay-per-view commercials in there were a good touch.
They are awesome. They're outstanding.
They're realistic.
I mean, it's basically it's WWF style commercials for the race, and it was done. It was done so perfectly. Now, I will say that because he's won 4 races, and because Frankenstein is the big draw, that's who everybody loves. She's got to replace him, so she goes out and she gets Jason Statham framed.
Because of course
He used to be this amazing racer back in the day who was disgraced for whatever bullshit reason.
Actually,
who was cheated out of his rightful career.
Actually,
he's just such a
that was Travis
goddamn
Cole.
good guy.
That was actually Travis Cole. He was a NASCAR.
But
driver.
wasn't Jason Statham? He had a background in racing too.
He had a